bitch goes to me.
Alright, welcome back everyone. Cyberpunk 2077. I'm playing on the Xbox One S. I don't know, it looks okay. It's running okay. I did crash walking through these beads right there. Actually, maybe these first beads at the beginning of the last episode. But honestly, I'm like 40, 50 hours deep in this game now, way past this point. And this is one of the few times it crashed while I was actually doing stuff in the world. It does crash going into photo mode a lot. But besides that, I don't know. I can't say the game's completely stable. The frame rate, isn't great at certain points. But it's pretty damn playable, honestly, compared to some of the reports out there. Of course, everyone has higher standards than me. I'm used to playing Fallout and Skyrim with mods, so I'm used to dealing with lag and running around and things not working right, and I just play through it, honestly. So, if you want to watch someone who's going to nitpick everything or compare this to what it should be, this isn't the video. If you want to just watch someone who's realistically playing it and just having a lot of fun, this is it. So, I'll sit here and criticize little things about it, but, I'm not returning the game or anything, which honestly, after the first day of playing this and two days, I was like, I would have returned the game, honestly. If they had offered a refund at that point and not fixed it, I'd returned it. Everything was blurry. You'd get hacked. I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on in this game. But they fixed it with the patch, at least those issues. There's obviously a ton of other issues, but again, like I said, I'm used to playing Fallout and Skyrim with mods, so I'm used to wandering around. You get some lag here, stuff doesn't work right. I don't know. It's okay. I'm not here giving out any awards, from my channel, so who the heck cares whether I love the game or not? We're having fun, and, well, here we are. So anyway, like I said, I play on the Xbox One S. I record the videos while I play. I don't talk while I'm playing. I don't know. I can't really coordinate that stuff. I might try streaming next year, honestly, but that's a different mentality to do that. So what I do is I record a video, chop them up a few days later, do all the voiceovers, and that's what I'm doing now. So I'm literally like, hours and hours ahead of this in the game, and I'm a lot better at the game now. In fact, I'm actually walking here, and because I didn't even start driving cars yet. Now I drive everywhere. Now I do get a lot of lag driving. I try to drive a little slower, but I only crashed once while driving. Well, not the car. I mean the game. The car I don't crash that much either, but I did crash that a lot more than once. And that was when I was just slowing down and pulling onto the sidewalk. So it might have happened when I was walking too. It wasn't when I was going fast, actually. It was like I was pulling up to a job and the game just froze and crashed just last night. So that was my first crash, actually, since the one here at the beginning that was purely in the game. The rest were going into menus, either the what is it called, the selfie menu, or at one point I went in a crafting menu and it crashed. And at one point I was switching into a main quest situation and about to talk to the guy, and that crashed there too. But that was going into a dialogue menu.
Don't be soft.
Well, that's it. Hey, the game's not running perfectly smoothly, but again, like I said, I'm kind of used to that type of frame drops, all that. You go downtown in Fallout 4. I mean, it doesn't look quite as bad as this game looks at its worst, but it's it's all right. All right, so now we're running around doing side jobs. I'm learning how to use the scanner and all that stuff here. At this point in the game, I'm gonna skip ahead. I probably won't make videos of every single thing I've done. I kind of just want to focus on just the first chapter here because it's setting everything up. Man, I just go around to these little baseball bats now and all that, stop street crimes, and I can hack everyone and get them half dead before they even see me. It's pretty fun. Honestly, I'm having a lot of fun with the fighting in this game because it's so dynamic with the way you can hack. And there's a lot of approaches you can take any fight. So the guns themselves, there's not like a huge variety yet. Well, there is. It's all right. There's, you can have like fire or lightning damage on them and stuff like that. But gunplay's okay. It's not blowing me away, but I'm having a lot of fun. All right, so we're stuck on this bridge now. I probably should just delete this part of the video here, but it's pretty funny. You know, I'm trying to get the quest marker, and I'm just stuck on this overpass. But this gives me a chance to talk. I love the map of this game. It's super complicated. It's actually kind of annoying, the angles things are at, but it just reminds me of like what a real city would look like. It's just like, it's not planned out in some... There's kind of a grid, but things get built like 20, 30 years later, 100 years later in this case. And there's already existing buildings around, you know, so it's all like a mismatch and weird angles, and you really get that feel. And, you know, I live in a major metropolitan area in the United States, and honestly, a lot of times this reminds me of walking around the city at night. There's no one around, you know, you get the atmosphere in this game. I think they pull that off really well. You know, and obviously things like the reflections here, to me right now, they look pretty good. I'm sure you can make a video with the RTX versus this, where this looks like crap or whatever, but like, I don't really care that much. All right. Anyway, this is why I left this in. So we got an assault in progress here. These are like my favorite types of jobs right now, because I'm just kind of messing around in the game, and like I said, I'm enjoying learning different styles of combat. So here we go, all the way up here. All right, wait, so what do we got? Where's the assault in progress? Oh, it's down there. So this is when I'm first discovering what the baseball bat means, honestly. So it's right there. And now I can click on this. Now I'm not sure what if I remember what I did here. This was a week ago, and I played the game a lot and done a lot of these side quests. There's there's organized crime, and then there's more complicated ones with a you know, a story. All right, so we're gonna save here. Now, I've been saving a lot in this game. First of all, I don't like redoing stuff, but second of all, you never know if it's gonna crash. So definitely, it does have checkpoints. Like when you start a job, like it probably has a checkpoint. Okay, so I'm just going in guns blazing here. I didn't actually realize they'd be so close. And at this point, I'm trying to do a combo of the AR and the shotty and a melee. Now, in my first playthrough, I didn't even have a shotgun, and I was having a lot of trouble. I had a pistol, and like I was having a lot of trouble fighting. Lately, I've been using the sniper and other stuff, though. But shotgun's a lot easier when you're first playing the game. You know, it just takes less shots to kill them. And it's a charge, so that's why I took a little longer there and circled him. I was trying to charge it while he was moving, so. And so that's it. We just killed them all. Oh, wait. Maybe we didn't. I hear some people doing. All right, so here's the data mine. I love this part, too. This game is pretty fun. It's like a really simple puzzle game here. But it gets complicated when you try to do all three of them. It's kind of hard sometimes, so you got to plan it out in advance. See, we just got 2 of them out of 3. We got some uncommon quick hacks and other components. All right. So I just started, you know, and there's a lot to this game. So I just got into like upgrading my stuff and all that good stuff too. So you need all those components for stuff like that. All right, so looting in this game, you end up with a lot of junk, which I didn't even realize until recently that you should break it down into the components instead of selling it. Well, I needed the money, and I still do, but I also need the components too. And it's a lot easier when you're out on the road just to break it down into the components. So we'll do that much later in the game. I start doing that, but I might as well mention that here. All right, I'm just peeking around, seeing if any chests or ammo boxes. All right, so the first time I played this game also, you know, I couldn't see that well. Like I said, it was half the time it looked like it was 240p. This original release of this on Xbox. So I didn't even notice the ammo boxes half the time. I literally was running out of ammo. The game was so hard for me, you know. And I had it on normal then, so I switched it to easy mode now. Just again, because I wasn't sure if I'd even be able to see anything and stuff like that. So I'm like, I might as well keep it on easy mode, because they were like hacking me, and like your vision gets all messed up when you get hacked. And I'm like, it can't really deal with that when it's all blurry. But I actually upped the difficulty. Oh, back to normal mode. I'm not playing super hard or anything. And then now they're hacking me a lot more as of last night. But you probably won't see that till 5 weeks from now. No, I don't know. I don't know how many videos I'm gonna make of this, honestly, because I have way too much footage. I don't want this to be like a 200 episode series. So we'll have to figure some stuff out. for today, I don't know. I don't feel like doing a ton of editing, so I'm just kind of like doing what I did. More of a let's play than like I'm gonna sort of switch this into more of like action highlights type of series a little later. Basically, I'm gonna try to get like a week or two of backlog of these videos right now, and then I'll have time to you know, go through them a little more, cut stuff up. And actually, this episode right here is super long, so I'm gonna cut a little stuff out right now. Actually, all right. Got a new gig. I was walking around for a little bit. Not much happened. I went in my menus and I actually leveled up a little bit.
Records himself torturing joy toys and sells that shit to like-minded scumbags. The Mox finally tracked him down. This is your chance to give
I don't even know if we do this job right now, honestly.
Scratch while you're at it. More on this sicko attached.
Alright, so Regina, you know, just calls us up with jobs. This is pretty much how the quests are structured in this game, which, I mean, it's okay. The first time I played it, I didn't like it because, like, I was trying to wander around and talk to people, and no one wanted to talk to you, and I was kind of like, this game is weird, you know. But now that I'm driving around, people calling you, it makes a little more sense, like the flow of doing these jobs. Plus, all the jobs are like on your map, so you can just go to the markers, and then they'll call you with a little more details once you get in the area, which kind of gets a little annoying, actually, when they're calling me when I'm just driving past the job, because you can't like refuse to take the job. But you know, whatever. All right, so I didn't actually end up doing that job at that point, and then I kept walking, and she calls me again.
Thing is, nobody's gonna show because Militech shut it right
down. The thing is, that job that I just got before this,
gotta be one of theirs. My Eddies are on Lieutenant Mower. Anyway, Corpo's gonna go straight into treatment.
Like, I tried to do that job in the first playthrough, and that's one of the ones I got totally wrecked on. So I was like a little afraid to do that before I level up, and I'm still learning the mechanics of the game at this point, honestly. All right, so, you know, I just clicked to undiscovered here, and then this is now what we discovered. Well, not really. Wait, we got a cyber psycho in here. All right. Yeah, I like literally editing this while I'm doing the voiceover here, because like there was just so much extra stuff where I'm just wandering around here. I'm gonna have to do that, a lot of that for this series, but it's kind of annoying. I like to just do the whole thing at this point, like it's like a let's play, like more like a live stream cut into parts, where even though I'm not talking while I'm playing, I like, you know, when you're streaming, you show everything, so I kind of like that. Anyway, here we go. We got a cordoned off area, which I didn't realize you couldn't walk through that at first. It took me a while the first time I did this. All right, so we got a lot of screaming going on in here. Now, what happened here the first time is, it might happen this time too. I forget. I might have done this 3 times. You're supposed to take these guys down non-lethally. So I just started shooting. Now, this was in my other playthrough, right? Because I started off on a street kid.
What's this?
And then I restarted when the patch came out. So the first time I did this, I missed the fact that she said non-lethally. So now I'm going to try non-lethal, which at this point, there is non-lethal weapons you can get, but I don't have one of those. So we're going to have to either hack, or they you know, you can do like a non-lethal takedown with your hands. So this is Lieutenant Mower. I don't know if this is a police lieutenant or a army type of military guy, but he's gone crazy. He's a cyber psycho, and Regina or whatever is investigating these. So she needs info because it's part of like a larger storyline as to like what you're gonna do with all these cyber psychos as they are. So right now I'm shooting them. So I think I might end up redoing this. Oh, because what happened was I looked it up online because he's jumping around like that. I'm like, what the heck's going on? And then that's how I found out. That's not how I found out. They told you to do this. Kite him back here, and you can't. He can't get you, right? So I did this, and then after this, I'm like, We weren't supposed to kill him. Alright, so now we're gonna bring it back to the top and do the mission the way that we're supposed to do the mission. With the non-lethal takedown. Alright. Now we got a handle on. Now I got a handle on the mission, and I even got a handle on this video, and I figured out and took out like probably a half hour of me wandering around doing various stuff. Because after I killed that guy, I looted the whole area, I did a lot of stuff, and it took like 10 minutes. And then I'm like, wait a second. Regina complained or something. I don't even know how I figured it out, but so we got symptoms of cyberpsychosis. We're supposed to capture them so she can like do some sort of tests on them and stuff. It's like the whole point of this mission. The thing is, at the beginning of this game, you get thrown so much information, and people are talking to you, and you get these missions. You can't parse all this information. And even though it's kind of like a tutorial of what to do, it's a lot of stuff, you know. So that's what I'm saying. I really didn't like this game at first, so I can see people's reaction to it. It was really confusing, especially when the graphics didn't work that well. But now that I know what's going on, again, I'm not saying this is my game of the year or the greatest RPG of all time, but I'm having a lot of fun playing it. That's my take on it. The music's awesome. The atmosphere is awesome. I love being in this world. And I like the fighting. You know, not at this point necessarily, but when I get more into hacking, I'm having a lot of fun. Like I would just hack. I have a paralyze hack right now. I could just paralyze this thing so easy. I haven't done another Cyber Psycho since this, actually, though. You see, they're running around. It's like so hard, and I'm supposed to punch her out. And this is what was happening the first game I played, right? And meanwhile, imagine the graphics are like not rendering properly, right? Everyone's faces look like melting and stuff. And then someone was hacking me. I didn't know you could be hacked, you know? And I'm like, why the heck? I can't see anything. I'm shooting blindly. I run out of bullets during that. I'm like hitting people with a bat or a sword or something, a knife. It was crazy. So, yeah, that was my original experience in the game. And like I said, I probably would have returned the game at that point if they didn't fix it. But they fixed it like 2 days later. I mean, yeah, there's definitely glitches, a lot of glitches. There's definitely a lot of lag. There's frame rate drops. But, I mean, it's playable now. To me, this is perfectly playable game. And I would consider it unplayable in the released form. It's a shame they didn't figure this out. The one patch fixed it for me. I don't think it would have been quite as bad a reaction if this version just came out the first day. Because you see, I mean, sure, you've seen videos. Even looking at my videos for the first Street Kid, they don't look as good. And I didn't even put in what I was just talking about. I didn't even record a video of that. When it got really hard to see when you're being hacked. And the lighting, you know, is not great when you don't have high settings. But I mean, look, you got reflections on the ground. I'm sure in the RTX, those are mind-blowing looking reflections, but it's fine. I'm not staring at the reflections. It just adds atmosphere in the background for me. And you got a moody situation here. It works. It's moody enough. So, you got all the signs, you know. Again, do I think this is the greatest game in the history of the world? Probably not, but is it the game I want to play right now for the next couple weeks? Yeah, it actually is. Yeah, sure. I'll finish it, and then when they release like a better patch or like more content or something, then I'm gonna do the Nomad playthrough in a few months, get back into it, probably play on hard or maybe even very hard at that point when I know what I'm doing more. Now I didn't put it on hard. I lowered it too because it felt like everyone was like a bullet sponge, and like I don't like fights like that where you got to pump 20 bullets in people. But now that I'm hacking and stuff, I understand different ways you can fight, incapacitate them, you know, before you have to use your weapons. All right, so Regina, we got a lot of contacts here. All right, so now we have to go in here and reply to her text message here. So we already wrote it out. This is a little confusing at first. I'm like, what do I even do here? It's the first time I had to deal with this. I'm like, why is it telling me? Send the information. And like, in the other missions, you go to a terminal and you go tap in and it kind of automatically uploads it. So that's why I'm like really confused right now. But it turns out all you have to do here, you'll see in a second, we go to not Jackie. Where is she? Regina. I just saw the ones at top had the, because I already read this, it didn't have the thing. All right, so here it says send reply. It doesn't say sent reply. So you just click on it and it sends it. So that's it. It's pretty simple. It, like I said, it confused me because usually you find the info and it's like, oh, it's uploaded. With the cops, at least. So I love how immersive, honestly, the whole technology is, where like you can pull up the police database and stuff. It's actually stuff that seems realistic if you had this type of tracking and implants and stuff like that. Like you'd be able to tell who people are, and you know, send the information, upload it with all your devices in your arm and in your eyes and all that stuff. So I mean, that to me is the core of what makes this game fun and good. Is you really feel like you're becoming some type of cyborg or whatever, you know, as the game progresses. So, man, I'll tell you, this game, if they had mods in this game, I know they have some mods, but I mean mods where you could add quests and stuff like that. I mean, imagine how cool this game would be as a sandbox for modders like Skyrim is and like Fallout is, man. I would play that game for the next few years, honestly. So, we'll see how it goes. There might even be an online version of this game at some point. That might be fun. I don't know. I like it well enough. At any rate, I'll see you next time. Cyberpunk.